Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Sorry about the delay. If you have a question for Coach, please raise your hand and we will get started. Cream.
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Good. It's been a long day, but good.
Yeah, I'll take that as a good thing. That sounds like a good thing. Just first thing, quick update on Elena. Did she practice today? Do you expect her to be available tomorrow?
I don't know if she'll be available or not. We didn't do a lot of physical stuff. She did not participate in the live stuff today. She participated in the walkthrough stuff and the shooting stuff. So, I mean, that was a good sign. As usual, it's going to be, game day decision. So we'll see.
And just curious, we talked about the big halftime speech last game. Just curious, do you feel that sense of urgency is kind of carried over? Did the message carry over since then through the weekend into practice today?
Your guess is as good as mine. I've learned over the course of 50 some years to not translate anything from one day to the next. I would hope so. I mean, it was attentive today. I mean, people were, locked in. But it's game time. I mean, my wife always used to ask me when I came home from shoot around in the morning, how goes it? And I said, well, we got like 7 hours between now and the time the game starts. So I have no idea.
It's just one last thing for me. Sounds like things went fairly well today.
Yeah. I mean, we just had a long day. We have, the league does your surprise drug testing a couple times a year. Well, today was the day they showed up. And they showed up, right before practice instead of earlier. And so it delayed the start of practice today.
Gotcha. All right, cool. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Christy.
Hey there, Coach. With the way the bench has played, in particular, the last two games, 33 points, and then over 25 points in the last game, how have they looked in terms of their confidence, knowing that they can come in and contribute the way that they have the last two?
I mean, it's absolutely necessary. I mean, I couldn't have yelled at them more than I did after the end of the LA game when it was awful in the fourth quarter. That was an appeal to their professional pride. They have been mentally better prepared. They've shot the ball a little bit better, not all of them, but some of them. And, when you have some character people on the bench that, take pride in their professionalism, I think that helps carry over. And, some of those players have played long enough in the league that they don't want to be embarrassed. And I think that, they've responded well to that.
And one more quick one, just with Connecticut and the way Brianna Jones has really emerged as another scorer for them. It's kind of similar to what Maisha did last year, having the opportunity and then gaining the experience from that. Do you see similarities in what Jones has been able to do?
I mean, they're different kind of players, but yeah, I mean, her confidence has grown, with Alyssa Thomas being out for the year. She knows that she's being relied on. She's not kind of looking over her shoulder for minutes. She knows she's going to play every night. She's done a great job over the last few years of, building herself into a good professional body. Her scoring around the rim. I mean, she's strong and she knows who she is as a player. She doesn't try to do things she can't do, but she's gotten better at some things. I mean, she's gotten better at putting the ball on the floor a little bit, driving from the foul line. She's clearly one of the better offensive, or maybe the best offensive rebounder in our league right now. She just knows how to get weak side position and angle and wedge herself in to get rebound position. And that's something, with the rest of the size on their team, it's been huge for them.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Rafiq.
Hey, Coach, I just want to ask you, tomorrow you got a tough task going up against the Connecticut Sun, who's been on a hot streak lately. How is your team going to be able to explore the type of offensive defense that you're going to have to be prepared for when you're facing tomorrow?
Well, I mean, we got to make some shots. They're probably the best defensive team in our league right now. They've got length. They've got strength. They protect the paint. They make make contested jump shots. We're going to have to make them be in a position where we make them commit a second defender to the ball so that we can get another swing pass to an open player. We're going to have to be willing to make the extra pass. And then on the defensive end, they're such a great offensive rebounding team, and they're a great post-up team. We're going to have to control the paint as best we can. We're not as big as them, but we're going to have to hold them as best we can to one shot each possession and not give them that confidence that they get from getting extra shots on the offensive boards.
And what did you talk to your team about as far as slowing down the fast break offense that you might have to face in tomorrow's game?
Well, I think that's about the same with every team right now. They don't play at a very fast pace. They're one of the lower paced teams in the league. I mean, they're only averaging 78 points a game. Their fast break opportunities come from, turnovers. I think the first thing to keep them from running is to not turn the ball over, get a good shot every time down. And then when we do shoot, make sure that we're not kind of standing in no man's land. We got to get back and don't get caught standing in the corners and be a step behind against them.
And how beneficial will it be to finish this whole thing on a high note after 2-2?
Winning any game right now is a high note for us, no matter who the opponent is. In order to get in the playoffs, we need to accumulate as many wins as we can. It's not the opponent I would probably pick to face tomorrow if I could, try to get a win, but they are a team that, has a lot of confidence, and it's going to be up to us to get a good start against them and try to go out on the road trip on a high note.
Thank you for your time.
You bet.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.
Raise your hand and we will get started. We will start with Christy.
Hey, Teresa.
Hey, Chrissy, how you doing?
I'm good. First of all, thank you for everything with my friends from overseas off the top.
Wow, they're so sweet. That was absolutely no problem.
Never forget it. But with the way the bench has been playing the last two games, has the switch been flipped, and how will that be able to be sustained against a team like Connecticut?
I think our bench has really been coming in solid. I think that our focus has been a lot on just sticking to the game plan and staying within ourselves and not trying to overextend. I know that we have a few pieces missing, and a lot of people are just trying to fill in those gaps, and we're enough just being who we are. And I think that once we're settled in and start playing more relaxed and just settling into our roles, we will fill those gaps the way that we're supposed to, not trying to do anything outside of ourselves. And I think that's something that we're seeing now. Bench coming and playing confidently and coming and playing against Connecticut, obviously one of the best teams in the league. It's going to be very important for us to maintain that and stick to our game plans and focus on the little things and the things that we can control. And hopefully that the bench can continue to play like that.
And speaking of the little things, what are those little things against a team like Connecticut, one of the better defensive teams in the league? What are the things you must do well for a win?
The little things it's a bunch. It's small details in scouting report. It's screening angles. It's not taking possessions off, boxing out every possession, being able to secure rebounds. Connecticut's one of the best rebounding teams in the league. So it's going to be a challenge for us on the boards, but if we box out and we stay consistent in our box outs, that's going to, help us drastically. Remembering plays coming out of timeouts, doing little things like this makes a big difference. Communication on the defensive end and offensive end, talking through things, and natural breaks during the game, free throws, dead ball possessions, things like that, where you can just get ahead of what you need to get ahead on in those moments. Little things like that will make a big difference. And I think we did a really great job of that, especially in the second half in the game yesterday. 2 days ago. Yeah. We did a better job of that in the second half. And you saw what the outcome was. We came out through adversity. We were struggling a little bit, and then we came and turned around. And here we go in the second half. So hopefully we're going to have the same kind of feel for the game tomorrow.
And the last thing from me, with the way that Cloud stayed aggressive offensively, in that second half. How important is that kind of effort from her going to be moving forward?
Natasha Cloud can do everything. She's our leader. She's our point guard. She can score. She can pass. She can rebound. She is one of the best defenders in this entire league. So we roll with Tosh, and Tosh coming out playing possessed was something that we really needed for her to do. Coming up big, knocking down some really big shots. And she brings energy every single game, and we need to do a better job of matching that. We can also do a better job of giving her better screening angles so she can have better opportunities towards the rim, creating other opportunities for other people as well. I think that Tosh just brings a lot to our team on and off the court. And Tosh playing the way that she did really lit a fire under all of our butts, and we were ready to play. So Tosh coming out with the same mentality, with the same aggression is going to be key for us. And we, as her team, need to do our part as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rafiq.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Rafiq, how are you?
I'm doing fine. I just want to ask you a couple of questions. Like, when Ellie Adele-Dunn finally got to play for the Washington Mystics for the first time in 2 years, why don't you share what's it like actually playing a couple of games with her?
When Elena came back, I actually got a little emotional myself. I know what it felt like to step back on the floor after overcoming everything that you have to go through for back surgery. So to see her on the floor was really special. It was great for our team. It was great for the league. It was great for her. And just being able to play with somebody that brings such a dominant presence, someone that can dictate how the defense plays just by merely stepping on the floor. She just creates a lot of opportunity for others just by her presence. So just having her on the floor, much less everything that she does with the ball in her hands and what she does movement-wise, defensively, everything that she brings, just her presence is a game changer for us. And something that it's really nice to have Elena on the floor is I feel like our games are very similar. And watching her work within the offense, seeing her spacing within the offense has helped me find my spacing within the offense and help me find little nooks and crannies where I can get the same opportunities that she does. Obviously, Elena is highly decorated, and there's a reason for that. And even her coming from back surgery, not playing in 2 years, it looked like she hasn't missed a beat. So it's really nice to have her back on the floor and dominating the way that she does.
And for somebody that's played with the Connecticut Sun last year in the bubble, what can you tell me about the type of team that they are?
They're a hard-nosed team. They're well-coached. They have a very thorough scout report. They have a very long list of offensive plays. They have a lot of weapons, as well as their players. They go really deep. Their starting five plays a lot of minutes. I think a big part of their success is just their chemistry. A lot of those players have played together for so long, as well as their talent levels. They're really great players, and JJ's playing one of the best seasons. Not saying that our other seasons have been excellent, but she's just really playing well this year. So they bring a lot of things to the table that we're going to have to really buckle down and lock them up on the defensive end and try to, play to our advantages on the offensive end.
And how important will it be to get this win against the Connecticut Sun when you have mostly road games against playoff contending teams, or mostly games against playoff contending teams minus the Atlanta Dream?
Yep. We're fighting for our lives right now. We're taking every game as if it were our last. So going up against Connecticut is something that we need. We need to get this win. We are battling for a playoff spot, and we are not taking it lightly. So our main focus is to come out and try to dominate the game from the start and play our game. We can't fall into letting them speed us up. We can't fall into letting them dominate the boards, because when they get going, then we're going to have a hard time of battling back against somebody like that. So us having come out with a clear mind and a focused a game strategy is something that we need to do from the jump.
Well, appreciate your insight. Hope you have a good game.
Thank you, Rafiq.
No problem.
Thanks, TP.
Thank you.
Rafiq.
Hey, how you doing today?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm fine. I just want to ask you, what are your thoughts on the way the team has progressed during this homestand despite the record?
Yeah, I think we've done a lot of improvements, especially coming together as a team to be able to kind of ride through those moments when other teams are on runs, especially with this last game with Dallas and even, the game before with them. We showed some really good stretches of trying to stay together and really endure those runs that the other teams give us. And so I think we're in a good position right now. It really helped to get that last win, and hopefully that'll give us some momentum into the next games.
And how much have you enjoyed being able to play with Elliot Delle Donne when she came back during this homestand?
Yeah, it's been great having her there. She's been with us, throughout, the months beforehand too, just being a leader on the sidelines and giving us just that presence that we need. And so it's great to have her on the court just to see what she's able to bring. Obviously, she's an amazing player, and she just really brings us together as a team. And so it's been awesome having her back. And, obviously it's day to day for her right now, and we'll take every second we can get of her.
And how important will it be to get this win against the Connecticut Sun tomorrow when you have a tough stretch of playing against a lot of playoff contending and current playoff teams minus the Atlanta Dream?
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously going to be a big game for us. Connecticut's at the top of the standings, and so that would be huge for ourselves, giving us a confidence boost going into games that we really do need to win. Even after that as well, and so it's just going to be exciting. It's a race really for that. Honestly, the last couple of playoff spots. And so we're just excited. We're taking it one step at a time, one possession at a time. And I think when we narrow our focus like that, it'll come easier.
Well, hopefully everything comes together. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Christy.
Hey, Megan.
Hey.
With the way the bench has been playing, in particular the last two games, how important has that been to kind of turn the corner with that kind of production and consistent, efficient play?
It's really important to be able to bring energy off of the bench, especially when we have a team that, our starters play high minutes, and when our name is called, we have to be ready. We have to stay ready at all times because you never know what's going to happen in a game, what kind of flow we're in, what kind of flow we're not in, and what we need to be. And so I was able to kind of come in last game and try to give an energy boost that we needed. And that's just like what I try to do each and every game, each and every practice, is try to bring that energy.
And I was going to ask that next because that's what Coach alluded to post game after the last one. He said that you came in and provided that spark, but he says that you're consistently doing that in practice. And for you at this juncture of your career, what does that mean for you in terms of your continued professional growth and evolution?
Yeah, it's huge to be able to come in and try to provide an energy and a spark that the team needs and to see those results. And so I just have to keep working as hard as I possibly can. Obviously my journey from college to the pros has been kind of pretty crazy, to be honest, a lot of up and downs, but I think I've really found my role here with the Mystics, and I'm really excited to just give them whatever they need. And at the end of the day, we're a team and we just want to win.
And speaking of wins, tomorrow would be a great one. And what Connecticut presents, especially on the interior, is challenging to say the least because of how they score the ball, but also of how they rebound. What are the main keys that you're going to be honed in on collectively as a team, but for you too in particular?
I mean, defense is going to be huge for us to be able to, contain them. They've obviously have some really great scorers in multiple positions, down low, they've got a great presence in, multiple post players, but also their perimeter is very good too. And so just being able to be on the same page on defense, talking early, communicating, and then on the offensive end, being able to move the ball, get what we want, get in a flow. We were not able to do that against Dallas in the first half. We were in the second, but it took us, almost 3 quarters to really get into it. And so we can't do that against Connecticut. We need to be ready to go on the offensive and defensive end right away.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think that's it, Megan. Thank you.
Thank you.